The Illinois River-to-River Trail goes from the Ohio River to the Mississippi River through the Shawnee Forest in southern Illinois. I first took the trip in 1998, shortly after it was first created. It was pretty primitive at that point. Received maps from the U.S. Forest Service of photocopies of very, very rough topographical maps. We bought the USGS 7500 maps, laid the course out there, but they didn't exist in those maps, and used a crude GPS to determine where we were. It was pretty rough going, but it was a new route and it was exciting.
So you saw the other one was right here, right? That was the original trail, was this way. And so I think right here is Garden of the Gods.
Yeah.
So we came up, we went this way, and then we went like around all this stuff. And then we missed our distances and we got a ride from like here to here or something like that.
We started at Cave in the Rock on the Ohio River and went north and caught the River Trail and proceeded west to Garden of the Gods. 20 years later, this is a much more developed route. Now it starts in Elizabethtown and you go north to an axis of Garden of the Gods straight west. Looked like a good trip, 4 days, 51 miles. Dropped off the car at the Lusk Creek trailhead and then drove to Elizabethtown. Dropped a car off there and started. Primarily road hiking for the first few miles, 2 to 3 miles. And we got to Lake Tecumseh.
All right. That'll be good enough for me. All right, here we are. Wow, look how choppy that is. What's that?
It was a nice spot early morning, about 10 a.m. Have a quick little snack. So we, stopped there, enjoyed it. Still a little cool the first day. And then we proceeded, and some of the route finding would become difficult. And so we got turned around shortly after Lake Tecumseh. We turned on a Forest Service road, and it wasn't marked too well. And after maybe about half hour, 40 minutes, we were right back where we started, right back where we took a break. Well, that would be the first warning that we were going to have some troubles with this, with the route. Fortunately, we had a GPS to help kind of direct us back to where we need to go.
I got all kinds of qualities.
The lines I just put in.
Yes, yes.
Some audio quality.
Thank you.
We camped by Big Creek, really nice campsite. Abundant water, nice little view. Just before it started to rain. So there was a storm that was coming through. Wednesday night, Thursday was still going to be a little cool, and then the next 3 days would warm up. Got in just before it started to rain, so we were able to get into our hammocks and flies, protect those pretty well. But the winds were still pretty high, and it got cold at night. And in fact, one of the trees I had my hammock on actually started to come out of the ground, which was quite surprising to us. Fortunately, I saw that in the middle of the night, felt my bottom getting a little cold, and realized it was in the ground. So in the dark with the wind blowing, fortunately not raining, able to move a hammock and get that all set up in the dark. Decided to set up the rain fly, and fortunately I was glad I did, because there was a little bit of like sleet and rain that came early morning, so good to have all that up. Day 2, we awoke pretty cold, just after a pretty good downpour. Collected camp. Pretty cold day. It was the coldest day of the 4 that we were there. I think we got started around maybe 8:30. Got started hiking. Full complement of clothes to try to warm up. Headed north to Karbers Ridge. Then we moved on to High Knob. Got to High Knob around noon, 1 p.m. So doing pretty well. Sun came out, which was really nice, and able to kind of feel a little bit better about the day. Well, it's still a little windy though. Missed a section, took a wrong turn, went through a logged section. So again, just missing a quick little note of where to turn. It led to about a half hour of some trail finding. Again, that was the tendency throughout this trip.
A little bit of a reach.
Got to Garden of the Gods around 2 o'clock, and then had to hike up the hill to get to the campground, which afforded us bathroom and some running water, so that made things a little bit convenient. But the high ground meant a little bit colder, being higher up. Wind died down early afternoon, so no wind, but this was the coldest night out of all 4 nights, so it got very cold that night. But a lot less wind. So that was something to deal with. Day 3 was the One Horse Gap section. Involved a lot of horse trails. The day was a lot warmer than the previous 2 days, and looking forward to warmer weather. A lot of turns on this section. Turns, horse trails, dirt roads, foot trails, and we had trouble following the routing on the paper map. Trail signs on the trees we really didn't see a lot to help us out. Using
That's
a
what I
lot
think
of
so, too.
GPS to make sure we didn't take a wrong turn. And in fact, once again, we took a few wrong turns. After maybe 20 minutes, we confirmed we're on some side trail. And there were quite a few side trails and horse trails to the side. Felt like forever to get through the rocky top, one horse gap, no horse gap sections.
Oh, that's a dicey one. It looks like it. I don't know what it could be.
Those are also really nice on the lot.
Oh, I know. They're always putting those up.
Stop at Benham Ridge, trailhead for the night. Found limited water. There was a Benham Ridge Creek that very much was dried out. Found a couple clear pools. Through prickly bushes, we got in there and got water out of there. Cut our legs up pretty good doing so, but really needed that water and glad to do that. Set up our hammocks in the trees. Wasn't a lot of good campsites, so having hammocks was really good there. Day 4 started a lot warmer. Looking forward to it. Beautiful sun coming up through the trees. Nice warm day, and it was our
Now I
last
gotta
day.
pay attention.
A lot of road hiking to start.
Yeah.
It was ATV trail, gravel trail, gravel road for the first 3 to 4 miles, which we made some really good time. Along the way, we found a very nice creek, refilled all our bottles, had a nice big drink of water, and so we were all ready to go for the day.
Stop, have a snack. So let's do it here. All right, it's all you. I think it should be okay. You got some big rocks there. I think the hardest part will be getting over the mud. Yeah. And you can step on that rock to the right. Yeah. This is where your mountaineering experience comes in handy. You could probably do that too. All right, I'm right behind you.
We crossed the Lusk Creek, and we had some trouble at that point. We ended up, well, one, we kind of lacked some markings and ended up crossing the creek too early. So we crossed early, and then we did not see any trail markers. The topo map really didn't give us enough clarity or definition, resolution, to know where the right one was. And we referred to the GPS, and the GPS had an old Rip River Trail.
Just be very sure. There you go.
Location, and so we followed that. So for about 3 to 4 miles, we operated south of the original trail, and we knew we were off. There were some very rough sections.
That's how it happened.
That did not have enough traffic or any traffic. Very rough bushwhacking, and so we were really reliant on the GPS at that point, which was a little alarming. About 3 to 4 miles, we got back onto the actual, the new current trail, and then proceeded for about 3 to 4 miles to the Circle Lake campground, and then across the street to the Lusk Creek trailhead. So overall, it was pretty comfortable day, but a little alarming when we were at Lusk Creek because we were going the wrong way.
See that? Yep.
Pretty easy going.
Okay.